And what I want you to understand is that the mind of a fencer melds the decision-making of a chess master and the instincts of a Zen warrior. The key of fencing is to shift from the mindset of the chess master to the mindset of the Zen warrior, and then back and forth and back and forth. The mindset of the chess master is in operation in the time between touches, when you're trying to make choices and think tactics. But once it's time to fence, the mind of the chess master is no good to you, because the mind of the chess master is disembodied. There's no action tied to it. And so it's pure thought. But you need to act, and action brings another set of demands. And that's where the role of the Zen warrior comes in. The Zen warrior needs to operate on instinct. Maybe a better word is intuition. So there's a style of thinking. Sometimes we like to call it instinct because it seems very rapid, very natural. Intuition, more contemporary word, is the idea of thinking, but thinking in a way that you really can't put your finger on it. Coming to a conclusion that you may feel confident in, but really not being able to retrace the steps that brought you to that conclusion. It's kind of action thinking. It's something that makes sense in each moment.
There's always a divide between using your thinking mind and using your intuitive mind. The two are very different, and one has a place and the other has a place. And how do you reconcile those two? So for me, intuition essentially is your emotions reacting to the situation. So you, in the past, have learned some strategy for dealing with a situation, and you've emotionally linked yourself to that strategy. So that in the future, if you have some situation that is similar that presents itself, your body is telling you, you need to employ this strategy right now. And then obviously when you're not under stress, you can utilize more of your faculties, which translates itself into kind of that higher level thinking, the strategy.
What you understand from chess is that there's finite possibilities. There's a limited number of pieces. There's a limited number of squares on the board. So for that reason, everything is calculable. And then the pieces have certain strengths, and you can calculate the strengths. Now for us, in fencing, it's really similar. The piece is the fencer's action, your repertoire of skills, the things that you can do. And the board is the game set, the things that are happening, the situations that your opponent presents to you that give you opportunities, and the way that you can respond to those opportunities.
You have intuition, where the choices come from within, more from inside you, what a lot of people would refer to as from the heart. Whereas quantifiable, speaking to your more rational brain, your more high-level thinking, someone more in line of a chess player who is calculating 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or even 10 moves ahead. The desire to quantify and define success by numbers instead of feeling.
Okay, so what I want to do then is talk in a practical way about the Zen warrior, and talk about what the skill set is, and then try to flip that over to fencing and see how that makes sense in the context for fencing. So it's an action way of thinking. You need to think on your feet and be tuned in. Rely on intuition and instinct. Beneath intuition and instinct are the ideas of detachment and trust, and the main challenges that you need to work on are fear and risk.
When you're really a virtuoso at something, it's not about thinking anymore. It's not about doing. It's about feeling. It's about this idea of it just flowing through you. And I think that's very Zen in a way, because it's divorcing yourself from your mind and it's dissolving into the task that you're after. Because there was an evolution of how I fenced. At first I fenced very, we'll say intuitively, I was mostly reacting to what was going on and was relying on my athletic ability to kind of get me out of sticky situations. And then there became a point where I understood that that was no longer a good model of trying to achieve success. And I switched over to a much more strategic model. And then I realized all of the various pitfalls that can occur when you think about things too much, because you often find yourself in a situation where you're overanalyzing, and really what's appropriate is just to react and to be present. And then by the time I hit Beijing, I kind of was comfortable living in both worlds. So that's not to say that I had a specific strategy about how I made a decision, but I think I was comfortable enough with the uncertainty of just being present and saying, all right, I'm going to trust my instinct, or I'm going to trust the strategic choice on this one.